Welcome, everybody. My name is Bobby Smith, Field President of Powur, and we are honored to have you here tonight. It's a very special night tonight, as our CEO will be coming on, Jonathan Budd, at the end of this event with an announcement. We are really humbled to have all of you here today. We're humbled by the success that we're having and to discuss with you our model. You know, the debate is over about Powur. If you're a guest here tonight, if you're a solar professional here tonight, you know, we just hit $100 million for last year. We're growing at a phenomenal pace. And what we want to talk to you about tonight is who we are. You know, our solution for the industry as a public benefit corporation. How did we become the fastest growing solar company in the United States, and why you should join us here tonight when we're done. If you look at our company, again, our CEO will be joining us in a short bit. For my money, you know, one of the brightest 30-year-olds on the planet, if not in business, period. Jonathan was very successful in his 20s, went to the rainforest with Jim Bunch, had a vision for a cleaner, better future, put up $1 million of his own money to build what he believes will be a $100 billion international renewable energy company. If you look at any great company, it is always a great team. This executive team that I'm honored to share the stage with, if you will, they are experts in finance, solar sales, support, every portion of what goes into building a game-changing solar company. We are blessed to have an extraordinary leadership team. And we have an amazing field leadership team, and many of them are on here tonight. So if you look at the track record of our company, and I want to make it clear to our guests here tonight, there's a big difference between, hey, I've got a good idea, and hey, we're 7 years and $15 million in. You know, we started working with the largest solar company in the United States at that time, Tesla, Solar City, and we really realized we could not scale with them. Then we were vetted by and signed contracts with over 100 of the top solar companies in the world. We went online to test the crowd and see how they felt about our opportunity. And we broke the world record at that time for a private online raise of over 1.4 million in just a few weeks. Over 5,000 people paid to join our platform. And we began to, again, continue to enhance our model. And what changed the game for us was in the first quarter of last year. Wow, now it's even longer. Now we're in the new year. We launched the only fully transparent revenue share model in the solar industry today. What does that mean? It means we're going to show you every dollar in the deal, and we're going to pay you more money than anyone else. And because it's a rev share model, the more we grow, the more our buying power increases, the better, the more money everyone makes. And that's how we built a culture. That's how we have thousands of people on a Facebook page. It's been about the values of our company as much as it is about the economics. No one can debate the economics. But if you look at the culture that we built, the friendships that we built with the leaders on this Zoom here tonight, the trust that we've all built, building this company together, doing something that no one in the world has ever done before, and doing something that no one in the world is doing that requires an extraordinary bond of cultures, of people, of talents, and that's what we do. We get shit done. We serve our community. We figure things out. And as part of being a public benefit corporation, we're honored that we give back. From an environmental standpoint, we offset 100% of any of the emissions that we contribute to the world in trucks moving, panels going on roofs, whatever it may be. We have to live by the standards that we've created. The father of renewable energy said that if you want to change things, don't fight the existing reality, build a new model that makes the old model obsolete. And that's what we've done. If you're a solar pro on here or wherever walk of life you come from, the facts are that the existing model for solar hasn't worked. And that's why basically no one in America has solar. But we changed the game. And we changed the game by believing in you, by believing in the concept and the reality that we have to serve the homeowner and give them a great deal, but we've got to serve you, the person that's taking their time and building out there in the street. All the leaders in this company that are out there building, we want them to make more money and have skin in the game by owning stock in this company and know that they have ownership in what we're doing, because that's where greatness comes, from ownership. In the old paradigm, most people settle for a job. They take a job with a solar company so they can get bad leads that have been sold to 15 different companies. The commissions are small. There's little, if any, support. There's no passive or residual income. It's a job. You're trading your time for dollars. There's no equity. There's no ownership. There's nothing scalable about it. We have invested millions of dollars in technology so that you can sell for yourself, make more money here than anywhere else in the industry, get paid faster, earn stock. We have training every day in English and Spanish, and you can build a passive income. There are people on this line tonight that have multiple six-figure passive incomes already in Powur, whether they're working or not. And they worked very hard to get there. But we want you to have ownership in this company as we scale to $1 billion IPO. Our technology, our work ethic, and our culture will separate us, continue to separate us from everyone else in the industry. This is my favorite part because it's so obvious. All of us, most of us are either have met on social media, Facebook, LinkedIn, or we communicate with people on social media. We talk on a cellular wireless platform. Transportation is now Uber and Lyft, Airbnb. EXP has changed the real estate industry forever. Costco has changed the way we shop. And if you continue to look at even workouts like Peloton, if you look at Amazon, where we buy everything. So if you draw a circle around your life, if you're a guest tonight, if you're one of the 20 or 30 million people that are unemployed, that have been affected by COVID, and you're looking at the realities of the new world that we've entered into in 2021, draw a circle around your life. And if transportation, communication, travel, groceries, workout, retail, if all of those have shifted to an online platform and are completely being dominated by the online platform industry, then what logical thinking entrepreneur would not believe that the key to solar, the key to the future is an online platform? And if you connect those dots with a new administration that we hope is focused on renewable energy, with the federal tax credits being extended now for 2 more years, with weather conditions playing havoc on our world from fires in California to torrential rains in the Gulf. If you look at laws being passed from Miami to California requiring solar on all new homes being built, if you look at the lay of the land and what is happening in the world and the appetite that Wall Street has and will continue to have for renewable energy companies and IPOs of renewable energy companies, then you will join us when this Zoom ends. Folks, it is hard to draw it up like this. Again, $100 million company, firmly established, a board of directors that's raised billions in venture capital, the management team that we have, and almost nobody knows who we are. And that's where entrepreneurship is born. I got in front of the cellular industry when people thought that cell phones would never adopt. I got in front of the internet when people thought that the internet was a joke. Folks, if you connect the dots, if in fact renewable energy is the greatest and perhaps the most important shift in the history of man and womankind, and we now know that a platform, an online platform, is the key to changing things and establishing green and renewable energy, and Powur is the only company in our lane and no one can catch us, that puts us and you, if you take action, in a rather extraordinary position. We didn't wish for COVID, we didn't draw it up, and we wish that the world would go back to normal, but it's not anytime soon. We are playing the hand that all of us have been dealt, and this is an online platform where you can work from home, build on a part-time basis, and create an income and double and triple what you're making today. And I don't think you can ask for that, anything more than that. No magic, no fast money, an 80-20 rule here that would be in anywhere else in the world. But I think all most people want, particularly today, is a fair shot. And today you have a fair shot with a company that's quadrupled since the pandemic hit. And we are honored and humbled to be with you here tonight. I had the honor of introducing a gentleman who I've had the pleasure of working with now. We met at a coffee shop, didn't know each other. I come from the medical industry and the nonprofit world. Charles Thompson is a veteran of energy. He has ran, built, and owned energy companies. He would be considered one of the top solar professionals in the United States of America. I am 100% on the corporate side. Charles is 100% a representative in this field. And he has built a 7-figure income in Powur. He's built a multiple 6-figure override. And more than that, the friendships, the trust, the trainings that he's brought and built as we scale this throughout the United States and throughout the world. I know him as a military guy who served our country. I know him as a dad. I know him as a dear friend. And I know him as a guy who's going to walk you eloquently through the money and then turn this over to our CEO to take this home and really light this candle. Mr. Charles Thompson, you have the ball, my friend.
Thank you, Mr. Smith. Truly honored to be here with you. Always enjoy being on these Zooms with you, but most importantly, the leadership you have with this company is absolutely remarkable. So thank you for all that you do, all that you've provided this company, and the friendship you provided me. So I greatly appreciate that. For each of you who are listening tonight, I want to kind of lay out the land in terms of what this industry is all about. It's an industry that there's 130 million homes that are plugged into the dirty energy grid. 90 million of those qualify for what we do, which is zero down solar. But only about 3 million homes have made that transition. So if you look at that 90 million versus the 3 million who've come in, it's an untapped industry. And what we get to offer is something that's called zero down solar. This allows a homeowner to save anywhere from 5 to 40% on their energy bill every single month. They increase the value of their home anywhere from 4 to 6% of the value. They fix that cost of energy so they never have to worry about a rising energy bill from the energy that's produced by the panels ever again. And then at some point, whether they paid cash for the system or if they financed it, they own that energy and they never have to pay for it again. So it's fixed and then they end up owning that energy. What we get access to, and I've owned a solar company, I've worked for 2 of the largest solar companies in the world and never saw the value that you're learning about here today. And you're going to hear a term called cost of goods. It's part of our compensation plan. It's a new term. And the best way to compare that is wholesale versus retail. And what we get access to, even as an owner in a company, I didn't have access to the same cost of goods that we have with Powur, is the fully transparent cost of goods. So when you look at these numbers here, look purely at the dollar signs. This is a kind of a normal system in Texas and Florida and some of the other states. The wholesale cost is $17,500 in this particular case, sold at $35,000, which left margin. And that's where the cost of goods comes in. There were some adders, maybe a main panel upgrade, some financing fees. But the most important thing is after all that is subtracted, you get what's called net revenue. So you get your cost of goods wholesale to retail, and now you have net revenue. In a normal traditional solar company, 20 to 30% of that goes to the person who sold the deal. Well, Powur completely inverted the model, and they provide 70% of that to the seller, to you, to me, to the people who are actually the most important in the company, as Bobby mentioned earlier. Powur only keeps 30% of the revenue, and from that, they actually give half of it back into the compensation plan for those who want to build a small, medium, or large organization. But the most important thing to know is that you are getting the lion's share of the revenue. In this particular example, over $7,000. And that's actually the average commission company-wide in Powur is over $7,200. That's typically 2 to 3 times what any solar company out there provides us. What you get to offer, this is what we call our out-of-the-box warranty, 25-year power output, up to 25 years on the inverter. That's what converts the energy that the panels produce to what's used in the home. 10-year workmanship and a 5-year roof penetration warranty. Now that's really a solid warranty within the industry as we know it today. But what we get access to is an optional warranty for a few dollars more per month, which gives the homeowner complete peace of mind. 30-year bumper to bumper, labor, parts, everything is covered, and it is a 24/7 toll-free number that they contact. And if they sell the home, it's transferred automatically to the new homeowner. That is something that is setting a whole new standard for the industry, something that Powur has a wonderful opportunity for us to present. So when you hear all this and you get access to this platform, you're probably going to want to share it with others. And that's the other thing we do. So the first thing we do is we sell solar. The second thing we do is we refer others and help them do the same thing that we're doing. And when we do, from Powur's 30%, half of that is set aside in a revenue share plan. So anyone you refer to Powur, you're going to receive 20% of Powur's revenue. This does not change your numbers. That comes from Powur's revenue. And some of those people are going to probably do the same thing. And that's where you get what we call leveraged revenue share. And this is a game changer. Bobby mentioned several names of people who are on the Zoom tonight who are sitting on passive income in the 6 to mid 6 to seven-figure passive income in just 2 years of running this particular program, this generation of Powur. And the way that works looks just like this. It goes down 6 levels, tiers, whatever terms you want to use. Anyone you directly refer to Powur, you get 20% of Powur's revenue, which averages out to a $550 override. So picture this. In corporate America, you have a president, CEO, you have VPs, senior VPs, you have manager this, district that, all the different titles. None of that exists here. But rather than people taking salaries, there is a revenue share plan. There's several companies who have done a similar program. Keller Williams has a profit share program. eXp Realty has a rev share program, very, very similar to what you see here today. Prudential Insurance, Aflac Insurance. Great, well-known companies have done a very similar model. So you're saying, is this new? Is this unique? It's actually modeled after the most successful companies in the sales world as we know it today. And this is where you can have truly lifestyle changing and potentially generational changing income by simply leveraging a platform and sharing that with others. One thing you might be looking at is, how am I going to learn everything I need to know? Well, one of the most beautiful and remarkable things that Powur has created is a mentorship program. And what they allow you to do is to plug into hundreds of different mentors we have who are certified in the platform. It's a career pathway within the platform. It's a career pathway for you as well. And what happens is you plug in your first 3 deals that you do with someone who knows how to leverage the platform. You do it with somebody who knows how to coach you to learn how to sell solar. And if you're a solar pro, by the way, you don't have to do 3. You can only have to do 1. All we want to do is make sure you know how to leverage the platform and not stub your toe and skin your shins and just really leverage it. But if you look at the numbers, you're getting 50% of that margin, 50%. In most traditional companies, in your first 4 or 5 deals that you do, you're not getting anything. You're basically getting trained by a trainer or a manager or a leader who's on salary, plus getting a commission. In Powur, they completely split that 50-50. In fact, the 50% split is typically more than you're going to get paid in entirety once you work for a solar company for a period of time. It really helps you feel that you don't have to drink from a fire hose. You just come in, you learn the fundamentals of what we do, and you leverage the platform. The icing on the cake is the equity that Powur offers each of us. On your first install, you get 50 options. Anyone you refer to use the platform in their first install, they're going to get 50 options. You'll get 25 overriding options. And then minimum performance goals of 25 in a calendar year, you get 500 options. 50 installs in a calendar year, you get 2,500 options. And since you're part of Powur before we go public, then you're going to have the ability to purchase discounted options. I have no real way to say what this is going to mean financially, but I can tell you 2 of the companies that I ran the sales portions for and a third company collectively were $30 billion. None of those 3 figured out how to take and scale a company on a regional and national level and to do it profitably. Powur comes along. Jonathan Budd invests $1 million of his own money over a period of time, $10 million through crowdfunding, friends and family, and very, very elite investment groups. Figures it out, is profitable for the past 2 years, reinvests that, and creates a game-changing platform for the industry, changing the industry as we know it today. What is that going to mean on Wall Street? Call it Bitcoin, call it whatever you wish. It's going to be potentially life-changing wealth. We are in all of the different markets you see here today. The yellow markets are where Powur has become the general contractor of record, which means they own the relationship from the moment that the leads put into the platform all the way through the panels, going on the roof and becoming active. That's important because it's a better overall experience for the homeowner. The blue markets are where we are already in the process of securing the licensing. And then there's many markets throughout the country that will go back into growth mode once we've secured general contractor licenses elsewhere. You can sell in any of these markets leveraging the platform. The technology Bobby mentioned, Truly remarkable. Again, I was with a company, there's a $14 billion company, didn't have anything close to what Powur already has. A real-time dynamic proposal. You put a few bits of information into the platform, you get back a link to a dynamic proposal. You don't have any design experience whatsoever. You can seamlessly manage the proposal, the savings report, the conversation, the relationship, the credit check, the documents, everything from one link, and the whole project and many projects that you do throughout the country managed under one platform. Not only that, Powur handles all of the accounting. They pay us daily for any deals that we do that get to a certain milestone. We'll talk about that in a moment, and to install. And if you build an organization, Powur even handles your payroll, so you don't have to worry about anybody else. I had a company. I had to have brick and mortar facility, had to have trucks, had to have insurance, had to have all the other stress that went along with running a business. You don't have to worry about any of that with Powur within the platform. You run a business in a box, and we'll talk about how that gets monetized here momentarily. What you get to offer is you get to offer the homeowner a unique experience. This is the dynamic proposal that we're referring to. Anything you click off, they're red, they're no longer there. Anything that's green, that's what you show to the homeowner. So you're in great shape. You can handle that all just by clicking a mouse pad. You get to see all of the cost structures seamlessly presented to you, all the way from the margin on the deal to the different panels that you want to use. All the options are displayed. You decide what's best for the homeowner, not a solar company who tells you this is what we need to sell. You get to choose from all the different product offerings that are within the platform. You get to see every penny of the deal seamlessly, transparently displayed to you. You get to choose from all the different lending solutions, choose what's best for the homeowner, not what's best for the solar company. And then you get a completely laid out every cost structure commission sheet that shows you every part of the deal. Nothing better in this industry from a solar professional standpoint. The recap is the commission structure, 70-30 revenue split over that cost of goods, that wholesale versus retail, equity ownership in the company, and 6-level revenue share if you decide you want to build an organization and have passive income. With that, the business comes with a very minimal cost of $99 one-time onboarding fee. We pay $49 a month to leverage the technology that you're hearing about tonight. Think about that. Powur is taking only 30%, giving half it back to run the organization. Who better to pay that technology cost? The people who are using it. And I'm looking forward to the days that we have 10,000 people leveraging this platform, knowing what kind of magic that this technology is going to do as it continues to improve. It's already way past anything I've seen in the industry. It's only going to get better and better. Those who are listening to the recorded version that we're sharing, and those who are listening live. Those who are listening live are going to get to hear a very, very special announcement from our CEO. Those who are listening to the recorded version, get back to whoever sent you here this evening. Get your questions answered. Get their link. It's specifically linked to them so that they can get that passive income for having referred you and the stock options and everything that we just shared tonight. Jump on this train and be part of the greatest industry shift known to mankind.